A volley driven down the ground. Boundary again. Second one for IFS. That's gone towards that long off region. A little bit of an overcorrection there from Ishwar.
Check. Check, check.
Scorer ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ?
To come near the stage here, please. 12th man from Customs and Railways, near to the stage. Can we have the 12th man from both the teams, from Customs and also Railways?
Bro, the mic, the speaker box has a kind of sound.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from courage comes service, and from service comes excellence. Today we gather to witness more than just a cricket tournament. We celebrate discipline, unity, and relentless pursuit of greatness. Welcome to the Inter-Services Cricket Series 25 and 26, where India's finest officers trade their uniform to the cricket colors and the duties for pure sporting battle. Just in case if you have missed the action of the coin toss, the Railways have won the toss and they have elected to bat first, and we request the 12th man from Railways and also from Customs to come here near the mic, please. Can we request the 12th man from Railways and Customs to come near the mic just to assess the scorers?
Well, Raj, rightly said by you. A bright sunny morning here. We can see no signs of clouds. There are absolutely no signs of clouds and an absolutely brighter day for a brighter game of cricket. We can see with the teams having set their final plans and the fields are set, the batsmen also taking their stands and are pretty much ready for what promises to be a thrilling contest here between Railways and Customs.
Railways 12th man. Both the teams 12th man I need. Okay. No, non-taker.
Praveen.
Yeah. Both of them. The bowler is go. Kini sir. Sir bowler there. Kini sir. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆರಾಮ ನಾವು ಆರಾಮ ಸುಂದರ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸರ್ ಮಗ ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ
Sir, umpire sign ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Well, we're just about to start. The bowler is on his run-up. Umpire says play.
Straight up. First runs and nicely fielded in the short third. A valuable dot to start this particular match. Just in case if you missed the coin toss, Railways have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. Ball is swinging and there gets the first breakthrough. Yes, sir.
That's the first wicket that comes. And the bowler looks happy. The fielding team is absolutely happy here to get a wicket of the very second ball. Batsman looks pretty disappointed.
That's exactly right. The outside edge. Amrut was straight up in his mark. That's straight into the hands of wicketkeeper. No mistake whatsoever. And that's how you start this exciting tournament. And that's how you get your first blood as well.
Well, Raj, if you observe that the length was actually pretty much the same, the batsman looked to cut it, but then unfortunately he got an edge, which provided the first wicket.
Amrut, after getting that first wicket, has his tails up right now, and we have a new batsman walking into the middle. And that's a great start to the innings of Customs. Great start to the Customs. Again, another short ball. This time, hammered it over mid-wicket. Outfield is quick, and the batsmen are pretty quick as well. And the batsmen, along with Railways, get up to a mark with those two couple of runs towards the mid-wicket.
Well, with that shot, that brings in the first run for Railways.
Amrut on his mark once again. This time slightly fuller. Tried to cut it towards the offside. The fielder was straight exactly in the point. And another dot ball here for the Railways. Still the scoreline reads at 2 for 1 now.
Batsman looking for a quick run there, but rightly denied by the non-striker as well, as Amrut loads in for the fourth ball.
Straight to the hands of the fielder, and a quick single taken. That's how you run, and that's how you steal the runs in the centre. Another run being added on to the total of the Railways. The scoreline reads as 3 for 1 now.
Yes, quick run taken there. After the fall of first wicket, that's how we build partnerships, by running between the wickets as well.
Rightly called, Sagar. When you get the first breakthrough in the very first over of the match, you need partnerships to build your innings. And that's exactly what Railways are doing right now.
Once again, a beautiful delivery to end the over. A very good over to start off the proceedings here in the match. Amrut has done a brilliant job, and the captain would be very, very happy with his first over there.
Yes, that's 3 for 1 now, Railways.
Giri. Bowler. Keep going. Shabash. Srinivas BC ala?
A new bowler, Srinivas. Nicely cut away straight into the hands of the fourth, and the chance of out here. Confusion for mix up, and let's wait for the umpire calls. He's not interested whatsoever. Another run comfortably taken by the Railways, and a good fielding in the point.
Beautifully fielded there, and again we should appreciate the presence of mind by the wicketkeeper as well. Immediately went towards the non-strikers and could have been in trouble, but the running between the wickets has been absolutely perfect so far.
This time slightly fuller and towards his pads. That's run away towards the deep square leg, and comfortable 4 runs. That's a great way to start the second over of the innings from Railways.
That brings us the first boundary of this match as well. Bowled onto his pads, and the batsman absolutely capitalizing on it. And that also brings us the first boundary of this match.
That's a slightly shorter couple of bounces straight into the boundary. Beautiful batting here by Praveen. It read the line perfectly and just hammered it over.
capitalizing on this as well. It is the power play and he knows that the early wicket has fallen. It's his time to do the scoring and Praveen is doing it perfectly there. We could see the field changes being made as well and that also brings us the change of plans.
Nicely cut away towards outside this time. No fielder in the third man. Another boundary. 3 boundaries on the trot. A beautiful batting here from Praveen.
Anti-curve boundary is coming from him. The captain loaded the leg side. The batsman pretty much telling I can outclass you by playing it towards the offside as well. Brilliant batting there.
ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಟು ವಿಕೆಟ್.
Now that after conceding 3 boundaries, they have a change of plans and the wicketkeeper is up behind the stumps. Another short ball. This time again towards onside. 2 fielders and a comfortable single taken. That's a great change of idea from Praveen after scoring 3 boundaries back to back. Comfortably rotate the strike and 1 more run being added on to the total. Score is 17 for 1.
Once again bowled on the leg side, but this time they have the cover there. A single is what they get.
And that also brings up the end of second over. Score is 18 for 1.
After a quiet start in the first over, we saw the acceleration coming in the second over. 3 continuous 4 from Praveen, putting Railways very much in the place. Well, captain now once again trusting Amrut for his second over. After the flow of runs, captain trusting his bowler to bring them back and control the flow of runs as we gear up for the start of the third over.
Nicely punched off the back foot. A comfortable single taken towards the offside. It's a great rotation of strikes here. They know they just need to tackle the strike bowler from the customs team, Praveen. Just have to make sure they control the flow of the runs as well.
Well, Raj, you can clearly see that Amrut is maintaining his accuracy, bowling in the channel again and again, which is making the batsman difficult to score. Once again, a beautiful delivery there as he looked for a defense there. But then once again, the accurate bowling from Amrut getting the dot ball there. That's exactly the length what bowlers look in the power play as well. Not giving too much room to the batsmen so that the dot balls could be there. And Amrut has been very, very perfect there in maintaining his line and length.
Again, just a change of line here, slightly wider towards the offside, but another dot ball here. Amrut keeping his line and length perfectly bang on. That's exactly what Customs will be looking to come back into this game.
Amrut living up to the trust of his captain here, bowled very, very well here, followed up from his great first over.
This time slightly again on the offside. Fielder there in the deep. The third man stops it. One more run being added on to the total of the Customs.
The batsman was smart in playing that shot, but again the fielder was rightly placed there. He's showing that this is how you bowl according to your field set.
That's a great change of line and length there. Amrut bowling his in the block hole, and the batsman has completely defended it solidly. Another dot ball here.
An appeal coming there, but umpire denies it. Once again a beautiful over there from Amrut comes to an end, living up to the trust of his captain.
That over number 3 is also completed. Score is 20 for 1.
Anil is the new bowler in for Customs as we are gearing up for the start of 4th over. The run rate for Railways currently is at 6, almost going at run a ball. Field is set as we gear up for the first ball of the over. Beautifully bowled there, but the batsman capitalizing on the short ball there. No field there, and that gets us the first boundary of this over. Bowled it short of a length, and the batsman rightly pulled it for the boundary.
Exactly, no doubt about it. Railways have strategized nicely here, tackling Amrut and going after the new ball bowlers, not making them settle as well. We are seeing a lot of change in plans from the captain, and suggestions also being given in the middle.
You could see that for the previous ball, the covers was out. Now the covers has been brought in.
Again, back of a length. 2 bounces fielder in the deep and nicely fielded there in the deep mid wicket. 1 more run being added on to the total. Praveen there, smashing it nicely and clearly.
Nice effort there from the fielder. Beautifully pulled it. Oh, that is very well stopped there. Could have been a boundary, but the fielder using his smarts. Good running between the wickets as well.
We generally talk about footwork in football, but this time the fielder in the mid-on has nicely fielded it and stopped a genuine boundary.
Beautifully played there. But the fielder also was ready. Well, Raj, just about the previous ball, we saw that it is these efforts that win matches for the teams.
Again, trying to steal a single, but failed in the cover. Stopped it nicely. Another dot ball here.
Take your time, take your time.
Tried to swing his arms again. Allowed appeal, and I think he knocked him over. We were just talking about how to build a partnership, and Harshit has to make his walk back after scoring 8 of 11 deliveries.
Well, that brings the second wicket for Customs. Beautifully bowled there by Anil. And the bowling change has certainly worked for the captain as they get their second wicket and the new batsman walks in. Harshit's short stay at the crease ends. And as we can see, some words being exchanged there between the batsman and the new batsman coming in.
Sir, new batsman name from Railways? So can we have the new batsman name from Railways? Deepankar.
Dipankar is the new batsman in, but good thing for Railways is that the set batsman Praveen is still out there. He scored 19 and has already got 4 boundaries as well. That is something they'll be happy about.
Amrut has been a captain's boy right now, keeping the pressure from one end and wickets coming from the other end.
That's the shot, a beautiful shot, and that's the first six of the match.
We were talking about how to keep the pressure, and Praveen is reversed it completely, and he just hammered over long on for a beautiful 6.
Well, he's been the man who's releasing the pressure for Railways here. A beautiful shot, it was straight down the ground, very well timed as well. And that got us the first 6 of the match.
This time slightly shorter. Fielder there in the square leg stopped it. Another dot ball here.
Very good bowling, very good bowling. Keep come back.
After the 6, Amrut did make a good comeback here, bringing in a vital dot ball for his team.
Still in the power play. 33 for 2 after 4.3. This time on the onside. That's what it can result you when you're in the power play. No matter how they come, let the runs keep coming. Another boundary here for Praveen and the Railways as well.
Well, Amrit did look for the effort ball there, but Praveen was very, very smart. It was bowled towards his leg, and easily he just placed it towards the fine leg region for a boundary. Well, considering the context of the game so far, this has been a big over for Railways.
This time on the offside, and he just hammered it towards the covers. That ball raced away to the boundary. Another boundary being added on to the total for the Indian Railways.
A misfield there certainly, but once again beautifully placed in the gap. Praveen has been the vital batsman out there in the deep.
This time slightly towards the backward point. Another run being added on to the total. That's a great rotation of strike. Praveen using his brilliance of the game. And with that, over number 5 has also come to an end. The score is 42 for 2.
Well, once again, 15 runs coming off that over. Considering the context of the game, Amrit, who's been so good and a captain's bowler so far, he gave away 15 runs. And the Railways batting team would be very, very happy with the way that over went. Anil being brought back for his second over after his brilliant first over there, and it's been given a bise.
Nicely punched off the back foot, straight to the field in the point. Another dot ball here.
So far, so good for Anil in the first 2 balls, giving away just a single.
Nicely driven onto the ground. One more run towards the fielder.
He did vary his pace very, very well there, and that brings so far the dangerous set Praveen onto the strike.
Again, a slightly fuller delivery straight to the fielder in the mid-wicket. One more run. That's a quick running between the wickets from the Railways batsmen. Both Praveen and Deepankar has been brilliant between the wickets.
Well, the running between the wickets has been good and quick.
Super effort.
Looking for the gap there in the gully region, but the fielder beautifully fielded there.
That's nicely driven straight again. A chance of run out in the striker's hand. That was
That's
a
a
direct
direct
hit, and umpire is not interested and turned down the decision of that loud appeal as well. With that, the over also comes to an end. Score is 46 for 2.
Customs did see an opportunity there just at the end. A brilliant, brilliant throw, but Praveen was quick between the wickets to complete that single.
Indeed, to talk about the first phase of the game, the power play has been gone in favor of both the teams, where the Customs picking up 2 vital wickets in the power play and Railways keeping their momentum going with the strike batsman Praveen, who has scored 35 of just 18 deliveries, and the partnership has to be the key from right now as we get into the second phase of this game, what we call it as the middle overs in a T20I game. Bowler name?
As soon as the power play ends, spinner being introduced.
That's straight over covers.
Beautiful shot. And that's a boundary. Very, very good shot there from Dipankar. That was beautifully lofted over the cover region. More of a check shot that I can say, but the timing was absolutely perfect to get them the first boundary.
Nicely punched towards the square leg. Three fielders stopping that ball. And another single being taken by the Railways. The score has also moved on to 51 in 6.2 overs.
Well, that's what we call it as cricketing smarts there. A boundary and immediately a single, which is quite unsettling for the fielding team as well.
Again, another short ball here. Fielder nicely placed, making sure the runs doesn't leak here in the middle overs. The field has also been spread out right now.
Well, this phase is more considered to be that of a consolidating phase here, where we can see that teams keep the scoreboard moving.
A loud appeal there, and umpire is not interested. Turned it down.
Very well bowled there by the bowler. Badri has been tight with his line since the boundary that he has conceded. A good comeback so far by him. And
Catches. I know it was hard under a daylight sun now, which is hitting your eyes directly. But indeed, it was a good effort from the bowler, Mr. Badri Prasad, who has been amazing, keeping his line and lengths tight. The top edge has only resulted in a single. But let's have to wait and see how costly that drop catch will be for the Customs.
at the end of 7 overs, 53 for 2 is the score. As we see bats being changed there. We saw in the previous over, Badri was very tight with his lines there. That brings in the new bowler Shreyas onto the attack for the 8th over.
Ah, nicely flighted delivery. The drop catch in the previous over hasn't been costly. And this time the googly has actually worked for the Customs, and as well as Shreyas striking in his very first ball. And Dipankar has to make his long walk back after scoring 8 runs in 10 balls. With that, score is 53 for 3.
Well, Raj, we did see that it was very much flighted, a very, very slow delivery there. And Dipankar looked to put it over the long on region. But nevertheless, that was a wicket of the very first ball for the new bowler.
New batsman name, please. New batsman name? Team Railways, new batsman name?
Trinetra is the new batsman who's walked into bat, and the mission for him here would be to hold his ground and make a good partnership for Railways so that they could get to a respectable total from this place. That's a boundary there. Tried to stop a fumble coming in, but no, but nevertheless, it's a boundary for Railways and Praveen.
That's exactly. Praveen has been the backbone of the Railways here.
The running between the wickets as well, that was brilliant. Now the fall of Praveen brings in the new batsman Santosh out in the middle.
That was a beautiful over number 8, double wicket over, which we have seen the score is 58 for 4, and we have the new bowler.
After taking a brilliant low catch, Badri here looks to make an impact with the ball as well. Score is 58 for 4.
It's high up in the air, it's between two fielders. It's high up in the air, it's between two fielders, it's racing away towards the boundary. Shreyas stopping it.
Shabash, shabash, sir.
Very well fielded and good running between the wickets as well, which brings in 2 runs for the team as the score touches 60.
Good, sir. Very well bowled.
Exactly. Trinetra, as the name rightly says, having 3 eyes, which will give a 360-degree view for any batsman around the ground. Short ball, hammered, straight down the ground, chance there in the fielder, in the deep, and
Beautifully fielded there, very well fielded there. Saved a certain boundary out at the deep.
that's a beautiful effort in the deep. Jersey number 11. Again, nicely punched off the back foot, and another dot ball for the Railways. Padri coming back and nicely keeping it tight. Another flighted delivery, low full toss, converted it, swept away, and 2 bounces into the another boundary there for Trinetra.
A loose delivery to end the over, and the batsman very well capitalizing it as the score reads as 70 for 4 at the end of 9 overs. A much needed boundary coming in at the end as Railways slowly look to keep the scoreboard moving here and to build a partnership.
Okay, now Shreyas coming back into the attack. Santosh on beautifully bowled, nicely flighted in the air, nicely punched back towards the bowler. Another dot ball. After Indian Railways, 3 dot balls here.
Idea, Barle.
No run coming so far of the first half of.
Nicely slapped away, fielder there in the deep. Will he stop it? Straight into the hands. And a fumble there, and beautifully kept it. And as we are in the halfway stage of the first innings, the score is 72 for 4 for the Indian Railways.
Keeps it just to 2 runs off that over, and Raj, I must say, Shreyas reminds me more of Gerard Erasmus, who's been very intelligent with his bowling, giving a beautiful flight, wearing his pace as well.
Indeed, it was indeed again a great session for both the teams for the first 10 overs. We have seen wickets coming, and we have also seen the runs also being scored as well.
Well, we can see that first half of the first innings has certainly come to an end. It has been balancing so far as the scoreboard concerns. 72 runs for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 10 overs as the teams look to re-strategize here. Well, for Railways, it is very much important at this point in time to get a good partnership going on so that ultimately when the death overs come in, they can capitalize and get on to a big score. While for Customs, they would be pretty much happy so far with the proceedings it's been going. And for them, it's just continue with the same way, build on the pressure, take wickets and get them all out as soon as possible.
It's not only about wickets, it's also about building partnership. That's exactly what the Railways want. And as projected score, even looking somewhere around 145 to 155, that's exactly what the captain of the Indian Railways and the players of the Indian Railways will be looking after. But the only concern is they need to play the first couple of overs after this small break. When they outplay the couple of bowlers, which they have, I'm sure they would have read all the bowlers right now. It's exactly what the Indian Railways have to do. But on the other Railways, and making sure it's been collected in the regular intervals.
Well, again, as you mentioned, I must say, just like how the speed of express trains goes, that's how the scoreboard needs to go on for Railways. In the second half of the first innings, as we are gearing up for the start, the strategies have been told, the strategies have been discussed, and now it's time to execute for both the teams.
You have rightly said it, Sagar. But at the same point of time, we are also seeing the change of ends here for the players as well. The first 10 overs have been played from the pavilion end. And now another 10 overs will be played from the north end. And Anil has come back to bowl. Let's get the ball rolling on the pitch.
Wow. New batsman for Railways is Arun.
Nicely played off the back foot. Runs here, chance of 2, but they will turn it down. Arun will keep the strike in the 12th over. The score is 91 for 5 after end of 11 overs.
Well, I must say that is exactly the kind of over that Railways would have wanted in terms of runs. Well, unfortunately, they did lose a wicket, but in terms of runs, that was exactly the over that they were looking for. 3 big sixes, 3 massive sixes. And it's now Shreyas once again coming back to bowl his third over and also to control the flow of runs.
Nicely cut away towards the point and nicely stopped there.
The fielder overrun there, but he was very quick to make a decision to stop the ball. Very, very good save there. And we can see the appreciation coming in from the fielders as well.
A nicely flighted delivery straight to
Well, we are all set now for the over to start. Shuja is the bowler and Pramod is the batsman on strike.
nicely bowled, keeping the flight on. Both the teams have now witnessed how exactly you need to bowl from both the ends. The north end having seen a lot of wickets coming in from this end. Again, slightly the ball was flighted one more time. Another dot ball here for the Railways and as well as Suja Mohammad. Trying to be more cheeky. Comfortable single taken again, this time from Pramod. Single still on. Shreyas on strike now.
And there you go. Played it beautifully towards the mid-wicket region. The fielder plays there, but only a single. Well, this tells us that Railways have carefully observed how the first innings panned out, giving a lot more flight on the ball.
Singles are not going to hurt. But these extras, I'm sure. And a great footwork there from the fielder. From the short third, nicely played, nicely stopped as well, and a comfortable one more extra run has also been taken with that wide.
The score currently being 35 for 4, with Customs requiring 123 runs more.
Back of a length towards the square leg. Fielder in the deep. Nicely caught. Stopped and thrown it back to the wicket keeper. Score also moved on to 36 after 7.5 overs.
And lofted it this time. And that's the first 6 of the innings from the bat of Pramod Nayak. He's been the aggressor. He's been the one to start the aggression. And now starts off with the 6.
Exactly. That exactly the extra which was bowled in the very first ball. Now, which has resulted in an 6. And I'm sure with these kind of strikes with the bat, they can come back into the game at any point of time. And as we say nicely in cricket, anything can happen. Don't lose your hopes.
Well, at the end of 8 overs, 42 for 4 is the score. Well, I'm pretty sure the singles won't hurt Railways much, but what they would be looking to do here is that contain the boundaries. Contain the boundaries would be the main strategy for Railways.
But I would be saying those boundaries are required for the Customs to come back into this game. We have seen them whenever there were the partnerships going on. They know how exactly they stopped it and they break on it. But now it's time for them to build that particular partnership, as we see both Pramod and Shreyas in a pretty good touch, and I'm sure they would carry on their performances in this particular match as well.
Well, it certainly looks like that 6 has lost the ball, and now we are getting in a new ball.
A change of ball, change of fortunes.
Well, who knows, it could well be the case. But Raj, do you think that such big breaks in between an innings, would it impact the flow of the batsman or the momentum of the batsman?
They do have a lot of time at this point of time to strategize and to counter-attack the bowlers as well, because if you look at their innings, they have planned it really, really well. They were having a beautiful charge in the middle, and I'm sure this small little break would actually give them an energy to come back. 42 for 4. And they still have plenty of wickets in hand. It's only the partnerships that is required at this point of time, as we have seen both Shreyas and Pramod what they have delivered with the ball. Now it's time for them to contribute with the bat as well.
Well, as we can see, the umpire has signaled that there is a change of ball, and we are all set to start the 9th over.
Don't forget, many times when the ball has been changed, we have seen fortunes do change as well.
We are all set to resume.
Again, a wide ball, and it's also running down the ground, and it's gone all the way as 5 wides.
Well, extras. So far, Railways have been very, very good with their bowling, but the extras are certainly going to cost them at the end.
But currently, Shreyas on strike. Nicely chopped over the ball head. Fielder in the long on will come and cut it off. Another comfortable single taken by Shreyas, playing with maturity and intelligence as well.
Sound of his bat has been very, very beautiful to hear.
Again, a good comeback. Not giving too much of a room to the batsman. Another dot ball here from Harshit. Nicely chopped down back to the hands of the bowler.
An effort ball from Harshit there, but once again it's a dot ball. A good comeback from him after conceding those 5 wides.
Swing and swung hard. Fielder in the fine leg will have no chance to stop it. A welcome boundary here for Pramod Nayak. He takes his score.
50.
And also with that boundary, the score has also reached 52 for 4 for the Customs.
A beautifully played stroke there. Bowled it onto his legs.
Again,
Not so confident. That's a no ball. Illa?
oh.
No ball, huh? Free hit.
Look at that decision when it was not at all required from the railways. It's a no ball and a free hit now for the Customs.
It's important that Custom capitalize on it for the free hit.
Did it nicely. Fielder in the mid wicket will stop it. Uncomfortable single taken.
Well, couldn't quite get the connection right as he played it straight where the fielder was placed, keeping it down just to single. Credit to the bowler as well.
Indeed. Look at the sound of the bat straight down the ground. Shreyas playing those on drives, off drives. Brilliant to watch and a treat to hear for our ears.
And at the end of 9 overs, Customs have reached 55 for 4. A big over which they needed has certainly come up in this over, and they require 103 runs in 11 overs.
Another 103 runs required in 66 balls for the Customs. Soja high full toss there, and look at the fielder umpire in the square leg. He has raised his hand, and that means to say it's another free hit for the Customs. And who is on strike? It's the man in form, Pramod Nayak.
Well, he certainly missed out last time in the free hit. This time he would want to make the maximum of it. And it's the free hit which is coming up now. This time he looks, but once again doesn't quite get the connection there. The fielder is placed as it falls just within the 30-yard circle, and it is only a single.
Indeed, he has looked to swing his arms as well, but Just look at the top edge. It has fallen in no man's land. One more run being added on to the total for the Customs. Its score is 58 for 4. The equation is 100 runs exactly required for the Customs in 65 balls. Top edge again, this time on the onside fielder in the mid wicket will come and stop it. When you hear that particular sound and you know who is on strike,
Bowled it short, and once again, that's a 6. Once again, Pramod Nayak doing it for his team, brings up the second 6 of the innings. He saw that it was in his range, pitched it up a bit short. He stood tall on his ground and hit it towards the mid-wicket region for his second 6.
indeed, I'm getting a glimpse of again, this time bowled it little bit short. One bounce. Again, another boundary here for Pramod Naik. Now, the sounds are coming in from the dugout of Customs. The energy has to be high. The energy has to be loud. But the Railways needed a wicket. But can they break this partnership? Is the question mark right now. Again, another short ball, this time towards the fielder in the long on. One more run being taken nicely and comfortably by Pramod. With that, even the required run rate has also come down. Sensible batting from Shreyas. Off the back foot, a single taken. With that, over number 10 has also been completed. With that, we'll have a short commercial break as the ends are now getting moved towards the pavilion end. Score is 71 for 4 and they required exactly 87 in 10 overs. The required run rate is 8.7.
Well, certainly before the start of this over, the required run rate was 9. And courtesy to those big hits coming in from the bat of Pramod Nayak, the required run rate has come down to 8.7. Well, certainly as of now, this promises to be a very, very good match. And we are coming towards the close in the second half of the second innings. We saw two different kinds of plays in this particular phase. Well, the first phase, that is the power play, was completely dominated by the Railways. They had already picked up 4 wickets. But what we saw after the power play was the build-up of the partnership. They built it up, and in the last 2 overs, they got those big overs. The exact big overs which Customs needed. And so far, it's Shreyas who's been the anchor in the innings, while Pramod Nayak has been doing the bulk of the scoring 2 sixes and scoring 2 sixes and 3 fours as well.
Rightly called, Sagar. This partnership has been the key for the Customs. As I was saying, anything can still happen.
Well, as captains always emphasize, it's about those partnerships. You get in good partnerships, and definitely the match is in your hands. Railways were getting into partnerships but then losing wickets at the crucial moments. But as of now, it's Custom who have set a very good partnership between Shreyas and Pramod Nayak as we get in for the start of the second half of the second innings.
Dipankar with the ball. Shreyas on strike from the pavilion end. Left armour, slightly flighted delivery, and straight back to the bowler in the long on.
That's high up in the air, but will fall in no man's land. Probably if they had a mid-off, that would have been an easy wicket. But nevertheless, Customs would be happy to pick up a single of that.
Swung hard, straight down the ground. Fielder in the deep will cut it out and back to the bowler. One more run being added on to the total for the Customs. Ooh, loud appeal, and the umpire has raised his finger. The much needed breakthrough has come in the form of Pramod Naik, and he has been given a leg before by the umpire, and we have a new batsman, Badri, coming in to the strike right now. But the only hope that the Customs still have is in the form of Shreyas.
Well, certainly a much required partnership there for Customs, and beautifully batted there by Pramod Nayak as well. Certainly adding a lot of runs to the scoreboard, and exactly the kind of innings that his team would have expected. But now we saw when Customs were bowling that it was Shreyas and Badri who were bowling in partnerships. And now once again it is back to them in the form of batting as well to save their team and form a big partnership to get that crucial victory for their team.
Exactly. They came and performed in the middle overs, and right now Badri Prasad has come into the strike exactly in the halfway stage for the Customs. Can he deliver a magic? Time will answer. Oh, again, Dipankar bowling it flat this time, not giving too much of timing for the batsman, but straight into the hands of the wicketkeeper, a dot ball. Ooh, look at that change of pace, change of line and length as well, a slightly flighted delivery. How many armors does the Railways have? Every single time when something is about to happen, they are getting a new weapon out of nowhere, just like what we see RKO out of nowhere. The weapons are in the same way from the Indian Railways as well.
Well, that also brings us to the end of the over, and at the end of 11 overs, score is 74 for 5. The team still requires 84 runs in 54 balls, and the required run rate has touched 9 as well. After those two big overs, Railways certainly made a very, very good comeback in this one, and the credit goes to Dipankar.
Sir, bowler name?
Arun. Arun starts off with a short pitch delivery there, and his first ball goes for a single and overthrow there, but very well covered up. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. 75 ಹನ್ನೊಂದು ಓವರ್ ಅದೇ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ 75 ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ 5 ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಹೌದು ಇನ್ನು 12ನೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ನು 83 ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು A big swing there coming in, the fielder, oh, just falling short of him. But they'll be very happy to pick up that single there.
Now it's time for the batting partnership between Shreyas and Patri. I'm sure Shreyas again nicely cut away, this time towards backward point, and it has run away and it's gone all the way for 4. What a sweet placement this time from Shreyas. He knows he has to come and pitch in right now. That's exactly what he is doing in the middle. He's already done it with the ball, now showing his glimpse with the bat.
If someone says placement, show them this video because that is exactly how beautifully he had placed that shot.
Again, a nice backward punch. Back to the bowler. Arun keeping it nice, simple and tight. This time on the onside. I'm sure they'll take and be happy with that single. With that, over number 12 has also been completed. Score is 81 for 5 and they require 7.7 in 48 balls.
Eight overs, 77 runs to get. And out there is the set batsman Shreyas and Badri. Dipankar coming back in to bowl his second over after a beautiful first over coming in from him.
Outside edge and they will take a comfortable single. I think this is the first time in the innings of Shreyas where the ball has not been timed properly, or else almost 99% of the shots what he has played today has all been that sweet spot, especially what we call as a middle of the bat. Again a swing and a miss. That was not required from Badri Prasad. On the other hand, you can see the nod of head and the head has been low for Shreyas. He was telling exactly the same. Don't swing hard, get me the single, I'll take the innings. But now, I'm sure the message will also be the same for the new batsman, Amrutesh, who is walking into the middle right now.
Well, certainly he did come down the ground looking to accelerate the innings there. But again, Dipankar was very, very smart. And Badri, unfortunately, has been stumped, which brings in the new batsman, Amrit. He was brilliant with the ball, controlled the flow of runs. But right now, he has to bring back the flow of runs for his team with the bat. ಅನಿಲ್ ಇದರ್ ಅನಿಲ್ ಕಿತ್ತೂರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕುಮಾರ್ ಇನ್ನು 3 ಜನ ಅನಿಲ್ ಕಿತ್ತೂರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕುಮಾರ್
ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರಿಬ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಕೋರ
A classic defense is what we saw, looking for a quick single there, and again very well fielded as well.
And I need to take in the non-striker's end. It was a well taken by Dipanka, or else it would have gone for another overthrow.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು
2 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು.
ಒಂದೂವರೆ ತಾಸು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ 3 ತಾಸು ಮುಗೀತದೆ ಜೊತೆ ಮುಗಿಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಅದೇ ಬಾಲ್ ಒಂದು ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಡಿಲೇ ಆಯಿತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಲೈವ್ ಲೈವ್ and he's hit it high towards the mid wicket and gone. Beautiful balance there out in the deep, and the set batsman Shreyas has to walk back. Well, Railways might certainly be feeling that they have quite won the game at this point in time. Beautifully bowled by Dipankar and equally well taken at the deep.
I need to appreciate the efforts in the deep. In the afternoon, you have a Hodgson staring directly at you and not leaving that catch. It just reminded how beautifully the old saying says, catches win the matches. And I'm sure with that catch being taken in the deep mid wicket, the match is almost in the hands of the Railways.
And it was the set batsman Shreyas who had to walk out. Till the time he was in the middle, Custom certainly had that belief that he could take them over the line, because that is how beautifully he was timing his shots. But unfortunately, as they say, and credits to the brilliant effort out there in the deep as well, a good catch, and that brings an end to Shreyas' innings. As we see, the new batsman walking in is Rajiv. And the scoreline reads 82 for 7 at 12.4 overs. ಅದೇ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚರ್ ಹೆಸರು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲವರು ಸ್ಕೋರು ಆಯ್ತು 82%. ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು? Diamond. Well, at the deep, it was Diamond who had taken a brilliant catch.
My God. I'll continue the conversation after this ball. This time I up in the air, straight into the hands of Diamond. I was just about saying the same thing. You can't keep a Diamond away from the game. When he came down to walk in the first innings with the bat, he has given those exemplary performances. Now, in the deep, he has taken a beautiful catch to send back the informed batsman Shreyas back to the dugout.
Shreyas was catch out, yes. ಓ ನೀವು ಅಮೃತ ಶೋ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಾ? ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ ನೋಡ್ತೆ.
Nicely played off the back foot again. A fielder in the deep mid wicket will cut it down. One more run being added on to the total for the Customs.
And he's bowled, looking to be a bit more aggressive there, Amrit, but once again gives up his wicket, and Arun picks up an easy wicket. And if I have to tell it in Kannada, Customs ge iche salpa kashta agide.
I'm sure there will be a lot of learnings and the takeaways from this game for Customs, and let's keep it for our post-match discussion with the captains.
Well, currently at 13.2 overs, Customs are at 85 for 8, requiring 73 runs in 40 balls. Well, the equation might pretty much look simple here. Railways would want to finish it off early to get their NRR higher. At the same time, for Customs, they would look to contain that NRR as much as possible. And once again, a beautiful ball, looks a run out chance, and oh, and no, he was a bit late there. I must say, a few seconds late he was, as the batter had clearly made his ground inside.
Again, nicely played. One more time of the back foot fielder. Again, I'm sure it's Diamond. Again, talking about Diamond, I'll come back after this ball. Again, look at... Just look at the way. And there was an old ad which actually reminds me at this point of time. Wherever you go, our network follows. In the same way, wherever the diamond goes, the ball is following him. Again, off the back foot, this time towards the field in the mid-on. A comfortable single taken.
Well, that has also brought in the end of the over, as the score is 89 for 8 at the end of 14 overs, and the team requires 69 runs in 6 overs. And the captain has brought back Dipankar again. He has picked up 3 wickets so far. Probably the strategy to finish off the innings as quickly as possible.
Still wondering, we have tailenders in the strike. Why don't we get the man of the hour? Trinetra, get him a fifer. Well bowled, changing his line and length. By looking at Dipankar, I'm looking at the resemblance of Akshar Patel, the way he delivers, the way he skids the ball off the pitch. That's exactly what I'm seeing.
And he gets
That's
the wicket.
exactly what I was talking. He will skid the ball just like Akshar Patel. The magic has been seen with the hands of Dipankar.
And Anil is the batsman who has been dismissed. And with that, Raj was talking about how Trinetra might get his fifer. One more wicket and Dipankar can actually get his fifer as well.
With all these performances, who would you rate your man of the match as?
Well, for me, it is Trinetra all the way, because just when the team was in trouble, he stepped up with the bat, got in those long levers, hit those beautiful sixes. I think that 19-run over is where the game actually changed in the favor of Railways.
Let's come back. Dipankar still continuing his left arm orthodox. Wow. The batsman is now determined not to give a 5-4 for Dipankar. Let's see what the captain from the railway is thinking. Can he get back Trinetra in the next over? A solid punch. Well bowled, Dipankar. Keeping it straight and simple. And I need to say, a tail-ender batsman, solid defense as well.
Last ball of the over coming up. And once again, a beautiful defense as the over ends. And at 15 overs, the score is 90 for 9. Well, Raj, as we were discussing, who would the captain think to go in next over? On the other hand, he would be very, very happy with the performance his team has put in both with the bat and especially with the ball. They have been completely dominating one-sided.
I think still we do need to wait, but we'll never know. Arun has also picked up a wicket. Let's see, can he deliver a final magic in this particular over?
4-4-1, 4-4-2 now. Oh!
And
We are end of the match.
that gets the final blow of the nail. And it's Railways who have won this particular match by a massive margin of 67 runs. A brilliant team effort from the team of Indian Railways as they overall outplayed completely from the Customs team. It's a great exhibition of teamwork. Couple of batsmen pitching up at the right point of time, and don't forget the efforts of every single player from the Railways. Diamond in the death, Dipankar in the middle, supported by Trinetra. Well played again in the start of the innings. Don't even forget the efforts of Praveen.
Well, certainly it was a pretty much dominating performance with the ball from Railways team, and credits to their bowlers. And you can see the huddle in the middle appreciating each and every player for their efforts, and that is what a team certainly looks like. Well, a pretty much what I can say is positives for Railways is that dominating performance with the ball and saviors with the bat as well.
And before we conclude, we do also have a couple of presentations and the awards to be given away for the team. Just in case if you guys have missed the action, it's an encounter between IRS and the IPS. IRS team have won the toss and they have decided to bat first. One final check.
here we are in for the first ball coming in from team IPS. Starts off with 5 wides, not the exact start that they would have wanted, but IRS would be happy there.
Inside edge, straight to the field in the wide of square leg. A comfortable dot ball here.
That single brings in Santosh on strike, who will be facing his first ball.
Try to cut it away, but it has missed. All ends up. Another dot ball here. Solid defense, back foot punch. That's what we call a comfortable single taken towards the covers. With that, the score has moved to 7 in the very first over of the innings. Nicely driven, beautiful shot. What a timing and placement exactly in the power play.
And that's what we call it, the first boundary of this particular match. Coming in from the bat of Yogesh, the score reads at 11 for no loss after 4 balls of the first over.
Jersey number 24 Santosh. Hey, Yogesh on strike.
That
Santosh. Iva got it Santosh.
full toss, punched it down the ground, and think it's a great stop in the deep. A comfortable 2 runs being taken by the batsmen. With that, the over number 1 is also completed. 14 for no loss after the completion of first over. So bowler name?